All right, ladies and gentlemen, gather round buyers. We're going to start the auction right now. Friends and family, neighbors, guys and girls, welcome to the amazing 2A Ivy Street here in the heart of Burwood. By way of introduction, G Chen is my name. The team of Ray White Burwood, the absolute A team of Burwood is at your service every step of the way, especially your selling agents, Hans, Winston, Henry, Olivia, James. Who have I missed? The whole team of Ray White Burwood is here. If you got any questions regarding this property at all, just make yourself known and reach out to whatever agents here today. Well, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the team of Ray White Burwood, we would like to thank our vendors very much for entrusting Ray White Burwood to sell their most beloved family home. And to you, the lucky buyer, I would like to say congratulations in advance. All the best of luck with your bidding endeavors today. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the property we're selling today is formerly known as the Certificate of Title Reference Volume 12081, Folio 596, with all the improvements also know better to you and myself, the mailman, as the one and only 2A Ivy Street here in the beating heart of Burwood. Today's auction, ladies and gentlemen, will be conducted in accordance with the rules, and any additional conditions are made available for inspection before the start of the auction. The auction rules prohibits false bids, prohibits major disruptions by bidders, prohibits bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding, and it does provide a fine for such a conduct. The auction rules permit vendor bids. The words I'll use to indicate that I'm making a bid on behalf of the vendor are simply vendor bids, and by law, only I as the auctioneer can place a vendor bid. The vendors have reserve price as the auctioneer. I will indicate bidders on request, and most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, the auction rules prohibits an auctioneer from accepting a bid or an offer after the property's been knocked down to the successful bidder. So once the property goes selling and sold, the property will be deemed as sold, and I'll take absolutely no late bids at all. Buyers, so please be advised, be strong, be quick, be loud, and most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, if you got an upper limit, make sure you reach it and beyond. If you got only one golden opportunity for this fine piece of real estate for many decades to come. Today we'll sign a cash and unconditional contract. There will be no cooling off periods and no bias conditions, and the successful purchaser's obligations are simply twofold. Firstly, you pay a humble 10% deposit, and secondly, the remaining balance, Winston, will be payable
30, 60, 90.
nice and easy, 30, 60 to 90 days. We're very flexible here. Hope that will help you so that you can bid with a lot of confidence. By being here today, buyers, you deemed to read and understood all the relevant documentations on display in the past 4 weeks and 30 minutes time. And I'll simply take your silence as an all clear, and we're all good to go. If you've got any questions, I'll send whatever agents to help you out. It's a very quiet street, ladies and gentlemen, and also a lovely property here. Behold your future home at 2A Ivy Street here in the beating heart of Burwood. From the front to the back, from sidewalls to sidewalls, from inside and out, there's absolutely nothing left in your imagination. You can create some priceless family memory here from day one. Walking all the way in from the front to the back here, buyers, we can install a barbecue and cook some finest meat that you purchase from the local shopping centres such as Burwood Wine Shopping Centre, Burwood Brickworks Shopping Centre. You can start your family memory here from day one. And buyers, I cannot stress how unique, truly quality this property is. Soaring high ceiling, herringbone floorings. We've got an updated great kitchen here. This is 5 bedrooms, or 4 plus a study if you like to call it. Multiple living zones, very open plan living, dining, and the outdoor space as well. Upstairs you've got a study nook, and plus 3 very generously sized bedrooms as well, including the master bedroom with the ensuite and the walk-in robe as well, buyers. And also, ladies and gentlemen, the quality is second to none. This is a proper house. This is not a townhouse. This is a proper house, ladies and gentlemen, on its very own title, with its own driveway as well, with a very nice French provincial facade here, buyers. This is a premium quality. You know it's quality when you see it, buyers, and this here is 10 out of 10. We have dual school zones, Roberts McCartan Primary, Mount Waverley Secondary Zone. We're within walking distance to the Burwood Brickworks Shopping Centre. We're within the walking distance to the reserves along Neely Road, the sports grounds where you can walk your dog, you can have a relaxation with your family on weekends as well, buyers. And also we have the shops along Station Street, along Burwood Highway as well, and Middleborough Road, the Burnham Station, it's not too far away, Blackburn Station, Boxall Central and Boxall Station, where you can find every single thing that you would want. And also the future Burwood Station being constructed right now along Burwood Highway, right opposite to PLC. Yes, our suburb will be soon a suburb with a major train station, and it's not too close to here. I mean, just about 1.5 kilometers away, so you won't be disturbed by the noise either, but you will be there in about 2.5 minutes drive, ladies and gentlemen. So this is the geographical center of the metropolitan Melbourne, and that's why Burwood is on the rise. There are many occasions where we hear buyers telling me how hard it is to find the right family home, the right investment property, the right place to upsize or downsize into. We got 2 master bedrooms, by the way, 1 upstairs, 1 downstairs as well. And also, ladies and gentlemen, you know what happens right now in the marketplace. The interest rate will be dropped again. Actually, the big fours have already changed their interest rate. So yes, we're all set for a new boom in the marketplace, ladies and gentlemen. And there are so many buyers telling me how they regret not buying back in 2020, 2022, and some of the other times in history where you felt like you're overpaying, but looking from the hindsight, that was such a great price to purchase into. And here we are, buyers, another property for your competition. So I encourage you that you bid strong, that you bid hard, and I encourage you, ladies and gentlemen, you do not miss out this property by $1,000, by $2,000 at the pointy end of the auction. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, I do have to remind you, when it comes to the pointy end of the auction, I will give every single one enough time to contemplate, to make their move for the bidding, because I know, ladies and gentlemen, it is so important for you to secure your home. Ladies and gentlemen, you've seen it, you loved it, I'll leave it to you. 1,200,000, very humble start. 1.2, thank you for bidding. 1.2, we're 1.2 now. We're 1.2. How about 1.3 for the next call? Would you like to go for 1.3? 1.3. Thank you. How did I guess that you will bid? I just had a feeling there's a bid coming from you. At 1.3. At 1.3 now. How about 1.4, guys? At 1,300,000. At $1,300,000 with this lady on my left. With Henry now, you're holding the bid at 1.3. How about 1.3 and 50,000, 1.4? Have $1,300,000. Have $1,300,000. Feel a bid and offer. What was that again? 310,000. How about 20, sir, to make it stronger? 20 to make it stronger. 15. Just harder for me to count, but that's fine. We're still progressing somewhere. 1.3 and 15,000. Same courtesy, 15. Same courtesy to you, Heinz. At 1.3 and $15,000. Have 1 million. I won't take 5,000. Another 20,000. We're at 1.3 and 15 with this gentleman. Would you like to go for another 15,000? I will not take 5,000, just letting you know. 1.3 and 30,000, another 15,000 to match. Would you like to match it? Quick rebuttals at 1.3 and 45,000. We are 1.33 already. You're behind, Winston. You're behind. At 1.3 and 30 already on my right. With Henry, 1.3 and 30,000. 1.3 and 30 and 40. Let's go for 15, sir. Keep it strong that way. Keep it strong. Let's keep it strong. 15. 1,340. 1,340 we have. 1,3 and 50. There we go. 1,3 50 determined. 1.36 determined. How about it? 1.36. At 1.3 and 15 now. At 1.36. At 1.36 strong. At 1.36. Back at you, sir. Back at you, ma'am and Winston. What do you say? 1.3 and 70. 70. 1.3 and 70. 80. Is that 80? Is that 80, Henry? At 1.3 and 70 with Winston. At 1.3 and 70.
Eddie at the back here. Eddie here.
We're at 1.4 over there. I'm pretty sure that you wanted to bid for $10,000, but you were superseded by them with 1.4 and 10. 1.4 and 10, 1.4 and 10. I've lost count how many bidders we have at 1.4 and 10,000, 1.42, 42 anywhere, 1.4 and 10,000. 1.42 and 20,000 now while the market is selling. Ladies and gentlemen, we're playing for keeps. We will be selling away buyers at 1.4 and $20,000. 143, good strong bid. 143 and 144. How about it? 144 here. 144 determined. 144 strong. 145 is at 145 at $1,450,000 at 145. A historical bid here, sir. You may potentially end the auction at 1,470,000. Better be loud and clear. 1,470,000 now at 1,470,000. There's a camera right there. 1,470, no problem. Thank you so much. We love to broadcast you because you're beautiful. At 1,470,000, at 1,470,000. 148. At 148, yes, naturally. 1,480,000. How about 1,500,000? Maybe a very quick auction. 1,490,000. Should I see a 1.5? Should I see a 1.5? Naturally, of course. At 1,490,000, 1.5. At 1.5, at 1.5 now with Hunts, at $1,500,000. Let's go for another 10,000, 141, 151. How about it? At $1,500,000 now, and I will be calling out 141, 151, 151, at 1.5 and 10, at 1.5 and 10, at 1.5 and $10,000 is now just you or your competitors. What would you like to do? At $1,510,000 now. How about 20? How about 20? Can I say 1.5 and 10,000 on my left? 152, 153. Of course, naturally, I will be counting it down. 153, 530, 530, 530, 530 now. 530. Let's go for 540. 540. 550. Good, strong bid. I love that. That's how you purchase real estate, by going for a knockout bid, and may potentially end your competition by defeating your competitors. 1.5 and $50,000. I call it down 3 times at ourselves. Once now. 155. Second opportunity. By the way, this auction has also been live broadcasted on TikTok. If you're thinking about selling, you go for the #1 agency in our area, where Ray White Burwood, located at 152 Highbury Road in the beating heart of Burwood. And we are looking forward to having a conversation with you and tell you how we can maximize the value. 1.5 and 60,000. At 1.5 and $60,000. 1.56. 1.56. 1.56. 1.56 over there, 1.56 strong. Would you like to go for another $10,000? The bidding never fell short of $10,000. That is the perfect indicator of how great this property is. At 1.5 and $60,000, I will be calling it down 3 times. And now this time around, buyers, if you're certain, I will be knocking it down once. At $1,560,000 over there. Are you looking to bid, ma'am? 1,560. Twice. 5,000. 1.5 and 65,000. You were almost holding the keys. Would you like to take it back? Would you like to take it back? 1.5 and 70,000 determined. 1.5 and $70,000. We got maybe 6 or 7 bidders here in the crowd. At 1.5 and 75,000. I heard that loud and clear. At 1.5 and 75,000. At 1.5 and 75,000 from your competitor. What would you like to do is now or never. Throw in a bid 5,000 and then discuss. You may have the same conclusions. At $1,575,000. I will be calling it down. I heard that. 76. 76, that's another 1,000 on top of very, very humble bid. 1.7, 1.5 and 77,000. At 1.5 and $77,000. 78, 78 here. At 78 like a walk in a park. At 79, at 79 determined. At 79 strong. At 79 on my right. How about 80? Yes, 1.5 1.5 at 80. I heard that. 1.5 at 80,000 at 81. At 81, the heat is up now to 1.5 and 81,000 now. At 1.5 and $81,000 straight in front of the property, so she can stroll right into the property, sign the contract, and make it hers after the auction. At 1.5 at 81,000. 82. We got 90 here. We got 90 over there. 1.59. At 1.59. At 1.59.
1,000.
1,000 at 1.5 and 91,000. 91 here. 91 strong. 91 determined. At 1,592,000. 91. 92. 92. 92.
1,000.
93. Let's go for 1.6, guys. Let's go for 1.6. Let's go for 1.6. We're at 93 now. We're at 93. We're at 93. They're almost out. Don't worry. 95. 95. 95 here. How about 1.6, guys? The heat is up now. Like I mentioned at the start of the auction, $1.6 million now, just in an equal time. You almost missed out. Better be quick here. But thank you very much for coming back at $1,600,000. No, we got 1.6 already. We're 1.6 here. We're 1.6 here. We're 1.6 before we knew it. At $1,600,000 with Hans. At $1,600,000. A pretty quick auction going all the way from 1.2 to $1.6 million. If you're thinking about selling, you go for Ray White Burwood. And yes, I am looking forward to call your auction in front of your front lawn to recreate this fantastic competition. And I will be calling it down 3 times at $1,600,000 even once. I heard that.
1,000.
1,000. 1, 6 and 1. 1, 6 and 1. At 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 1,601,000. How about Hans? Winston. Any increments from here onwards we take. 1, 6 and 1. 1, 6 and 1,000. 1, 6, 5,000. 2,000. 1,603. 1, 6 and 5. 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 At $1,605,000. I will be calling it down. I will count down 3 times and I'll sell. Make no mistake, buyers. We're on the market and we're playing for keeps at $1,605,000. Bear with us, guys. We'll be happy to knock it down to you after and make sure there's no more bids left. And if I'm selling your property 10 years from now, I'll do the exact same for you. And I guess you would appreciate that as well. What was that? 1,607. 1,607. Let's run it to 1,610, yeah?
8.
1,608. 1,608. 1,608,000. Have 1,608,000. What's that again? 610, good bid. 610.
1,000.
611. 611. You've been quiet for a while, guys, on this side. What would you like to do? 13. 13. 16, 13. 16, 14. 16, 14. 16, 14. You're this close. You're this close now. Make sure. 15. 15. 15. 15. 16, 15.
1,000.
16, 16. 16, 16. You're getting closer. 16, 16. 17. 18.
1,000.
19, Michelle. 19, naturally. 16, 18. 620. 620. At 620 now. At 620.
2,000.
622. 622. We're at 622 now. We're at 622. I'm just going to move a little bit. At 622. At 1.6 and 22,000 now. At 1.6 and 22,000. I will be calling it down 3 times and I will knock it down. 625. Good strong bid. I love that. 625. At 625 now. At 625 on my left. at $625,000. At $625,000. Hans, there's a camera behind you. At 625. At 625. At 625 is now or never, ladies and gentlemen. Once this property is gone, we probably won't see this property back onto the market ever again. At $1,625,000.
3,028.
1,028. 28. 628. At 628. I might bring it forward a little bit. 1,630,000. I heard that good bid. 1,630. At 1,630,000. At 1,632. 1,632. 1,632. How about 35, guys? 1,632. At $1,632,000 now. At $1,632,000. 36. 33. 33. Still money. 33. 33. 33. 35.
2,000.
35. 35. 35. 36. 36. 36 now. At 1.6 and 36. At $1,636,000. I call it down. Are you out? In or out? In or out? Henry.
1.64.
1.6 and $40,000. At 1.6 and 40,000 at 41. 1.6 and 41. At 1.6 and 41. They love it. I hope you do too. At $1,641,000. At $1,641,000 over there. At $1,641,000 strong. At $1,641,000 even. Need to know. I will be calling it down. Henry, I am confirming. Instructions, Henry. Instructions. Yes. Are you bidding? 1,641,000 at 43. At 43. At 43. How about 45, guys? 45. 45. At 1,645,000. At 1,645,000 now.
1.65.
1.6 and 50. 165. 1.6 and 51. 1.6 and 51. At 1.6 and 51. At $1,651,000. At 1.6 and 51. At 1.6 and 51. At 1.6 and $51,000. What do you say, ladies and gentlemen? I will be knocking it down. Make no mistake this time around. If you mean business, we do too, ladies and gentlemen.
2,000.
At 2,000. That's 53. Yes, 53. 55. 55 strong. At 1.6 and 55. At 1.6 and 55,000. At $1,655,000 now. 166. How about it? 1.6 and 55. 1.6 and 55. At $1,655,000. I will be knocking it down, ladies and gentlemen. At
166.
166. 166. 166. Good bid. 61. 1.6 and 61,000. At $1,661,000 now. At $1,661,000. What would you like to do? 1.6 and 61. 1.6 and 65. 65. Showing no sign of stopping at all. 1.6 and 65. 66. Thank you and welcome back. 1.6 and 66. 1.6 and 66,000. At $1,667,000 now. We got 67 over here. 67 is here. 1.6 and 67, 68, 68, 68. How about 69, guys? 1.6 and 68. At 1.6 and 68. I've lost count on how many bidders we had today, but it's going to be a big number. And I can assure you, ladies and gentlemen, with such a big crowd, that's the perfect social proof of you buying a perfect home. That should give you confidence. What do you say? Out. 1.6 and $65,000. Looks like they're out. Oh, 66. 1.6 and 68. Yes, 1.6 and 68. Sorry about that. We can't go backwards. 1.6 and 68. I will be knocking it down, ladies and gentlemen. I lost count. What's now? 1.6 and $68,000. Twice now. 1.6 and $68,000. For the third and final call. Hook done. Hook finish. Hook silent. Sign. Sign. Well, ladies and gentlemen, once I knock down, let's all give a big round of applause to our winners
1,000.
for their hard-earned victory. What was I saying? What was I saying? A victory that was so close to you that it was almost yours. 69. 69. 69. 70. 70. 70. 1.6 and 70 now. 1.6 and 70. 1.6 and 70. 1.6 and 70. Are you sure? Are you sure? Thank you. They said it's all yours. Congratulations in advance. I'll call it down 3 times and I'll sell, ladies and gentlemen. This time around, I'm serious. Once now. 1.67. Twice now. 1.67. Third and final call. Hook done. Hook finished. Hook silent. Sign. Sign. Ladies and gentlemen, again, once a knockdown, let's give a big round of applause to our winners for their hard-earned victory. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Going. Buyers, put your hands together. 3, 2, 1. So, congratulations. Well done.
Whoever missed out on this property, we have 10A Pool Street opening right now.
10A Pool Street. 10A Pool Street. Go
Just
there.
cross road.
Just the next
cross
street.
road.
Just the next street. Yeah, just the next street. Thank you. If you're selling, go for this guy.
我为了悠悠学校，我拼了我。